Hello, it's Claire from Art Journal Love, back with another video for the April 6-day creative challenge. So my prompt is basket, which took a fair bit of thinking about, but I got there in the end. So this is the little journal that I've made for it. I've started off using some vintage music paper and some coffee. This is just ordinary instant coffee, and I'm just painting it on, splashing it on and drying it as I go. Building up the layers. This isn't something that I've really done before, but oh my gosh, I don't really like coffee to drink, but it does smell amazing. And I love the different patterns and colours that you get. So once I'd done that, only on one piece of paper, and then cutting strips of paper up, I'm going to do a bit of weaving with the paper. So I'd say the strips are just under 1 centimetre in width, and then you can see I'm just arranging them on the side and sticking them down at the top with a bit of masking tape, and then starting to weave. It's the whole under over, and then the opposite with the one underneath it. You can see I'm just pushing the pieces up from the bottom just to lift them so it's easier to get the strip that I'm weaving with underneath. So you just carry on doing this till you've got it the size that you want. This is what's going to be the basket. So that was about the size I wanted. I think I just put a couple more in. So I'm making it bigger than I wanted it to be. And then I'm just securing all the ends with a little bit of masking tape. And then I wanted it to be nice and strong, so I'm just measuring a piece of card, 13 centimetres by 9.5 roughly, and then I'm going to be just gluing that onto the back. So then I got my sewing machine out, and I'm just going to sew like 3 sides of a box. This is the basket shape. So I've got a free machine embroidery foot on my sewing machine, which makes it easier. And then you can see I'm just doing a swirly whirly pattern going across just to kind of hold it all together and along the top. So there's the basket made. And then I'm just using a Pip marker pen and just putting a little bit of shading on, a bit of shadow on a couple of sides. So now it's time to do the background. I'm starting off with an Americana, I think it's in bubblegum pink, and also Amsterdam acrylics. It's ultramarine violet. And that blue is greyish blue. That's an Amsterdam acrylic as well. So, and then I'm using a Dylusions stencil and a baby wipe and just removing some of the paint through. Some of it wouldn't come off because it had already dried, because I've been faffing about. But that's okay. Right, so now I'm going to use some Yupo paper and some alcohol ink pens. And I'm just going to create some rainbow backgrounds that are going to become some hearts that are going to go in the basket. So I'm starting off with shades of red and just scribbling them on, and then you can see I'm just dropping isopropyl alcohol on there and drying it as I go along. And it does create some wonderful patterns in the ink as it dries. That's the red one done, nearly. Oh, I'm just drawing some circles on there, splashing a bit more alcohol on. I love the way it makes the colours move. You could as equally well just do this with watercolours. You could create lots of watercolour backgrounds or acrylic, anything you wanted really. But what you're going to need is some rainbow backgrounds that you can cut some hearts out of. So I repeated this process for all the colours. I did red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple and pink. And a little word of warning, I did discover that if you get your heat gun too hot in one place, the Yupo paper will melt. So be careful. Really should have known that, because of course it's got a plastic element to it, hasn't it? So yeah, really should have known that it would do that. But I do love the way the colours work together. So pretty. So this is a really fun way to create some backgrounds. It's very quick. If you've got alcohol pens or inks, you can do the same thing. Yeah, there you go. Did you see that one on the right hand side? So there's part 1 finished. So come back again for part 2 to see what we do next. Thanks for watching.